You betcha. Okie dokie. Yeah,
Your bottom tower is under attack.
sounds like a good idea.
Minum solo.
Got it. Punch, punch, punch. The North comes with me.
Go Venom, yung solo. Venom, yung solo. Pwede sa C.
Your middle tower is under attack. That's for your
I say.
Oh, fuck.
Why not?
Oh,
Dominating. Double kill.
dapat lang.
Could be good. Please. Onward.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
Frostbite bro, frostbite. Frostbite.
Yes. Dead. Yes.
Boleh boleh. Stay ka.
Dusky, dusky.
Boleh mati tapi laser.
Ya, ada shelter.
Pak, sampai.
Your middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
I don't know where I was, but it was warm. If you say so.
Your middle tower has fallen.
Chaos punch. I say. You betcha.
Your bottom barracks are under your middle tower has fallen. Your middle barracks has fallen. Your bottom barracks are under attack.
Could be good. Element.
Your middle barracks has fallen. Your top tower is under attack.
Let's see what you're made of.
Your bottom barracks are under attack.
Why not? I'm under attack. Got it. Snowstorms are coming. Yeah, sure. The North comes with me. Dead. Witness my punch. Come here.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Yeah. Punch, punch, punch. You betcha. I have punching for you. Ha ha! Got it.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yep. Yes.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Sounds like a good idea.
Your top tower is under attack.
Incoming. Yes.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, sure. If you say so. Yeah.
Your top tower has fallen. Your top barracks has fallen. Your top barracks has fallen. Your bottom barracks has fallen. The enemy now has mega
Paso que te ahora según.
I'm under attack.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen.
Yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Punch, punch. Ice shot. Snowstorms and
Your entrance is under attack.
snowball.
Dire victory.
Medicitexion.
G2IG's turn to pick.
Decent. Esto no.
A wave of nostalgia. I want to see the disrupts into arrows, but overall, a very scary scaling lineup from Gaming. And another point here for G2ID, their backline jump is purely the Pango. Tusk now plays on moving towards your core. You don't really buy Blink to find the backline.
For now, I mean, they still have one pick.
Sure.
They can fix it.
Yes. The Pango is like a control backline hero, not a killing backline hero in the mid game. Early on, sure, when you don't have items, but this
What
pick.
about some good old repositioning, some Magnus that could come out where you drag the Lina away from all these auras, away
JT
from
Magnus?
the classic,
Woo, that's a
where you
classic.
can drag them away so that he doesn't get the disruption save,
not
puts him in
smart
a bad spot.
It's not his pick, I don't.
Well, what if JT just gets the Pango and they put Tiny in?
If he's picking Magnus, he's smiling right now. This is
Oh, you
years. Unless he's been,
Yeah, he's been pretty
changed
silent.
as a player. Yeah.
Maybe he just said Magnus, and that's it.
No, but like for all
Does
that.
not want to discuss it. For...
It's like, give me that.
Wait,
Hey,
smiling!
it is a
No,
Magnus.
my JT!
Magnus.
He used to be so happy. Every time he got Magnus, he was smiling. He was like telling his team, I can 1v9 this game. It's my Magnus. But what's happened to him? He's not happy anymore. My JT.
He could. I mean, maybe he's just focused right now, T. But I mean,
But look at him.
he's focused.
He's saving his
ready to
energy
go.
for the game.
Trying to win.
Let him play his match. You can judge him afterwards, T.
No, I'm judging him now. It feels better.
This Magnus is a great solution to Lina, but not just that. Like RP, there's going to be a lot of damage that this Luna can bust out if JT is able to pop off and get some good ones. But if this Magnus is shut down on lane and doesn't have an early enough Blink Dagger, I don't think G2IG have a very clear means to take these fights. Like they do have a Pango they're playing off of, but Gaiman have such a good defensive, disruptive draft with their auras and their disruption and their everything going on. Disruption by Shadow Demon, of course, not the adjective, but yes. So it's going to be very dependent on Magnus having a good game.
I think G2IG, it's all about the stacks. You have heroes. I don't think that lane for them top is going to be, insanely good. It's going to be Bobuka playing the Enchantress, which he tends to do really well on the hero, but they need to make stacks. You have Luna, you have this Magnus, so you need to fall back to the stacks. We saw in the previous series how important it is having like 25 stacks total 10 minutes in, but I am leaning towards Gaming Gladiators. I think the heroes that they drafted for themselves, this is pretty simple, easy to execute type of a draft.
I would also imagine that with the support staff they have, it's easy to scout out that there are enemy stacks and they have a lineup to steal stacks.
Kinda. I kind of think that if anything, gaming has such an easy time though. Like it's just click buttons, A-click win, and G2IG, it's like they have to do so much high school stuff to win this game. So if they win, it is pretty cool.
Well, let's see if they can. Game number 1 is coming your way, but first, some words from Coach CY.
Indeed, Shiva, CY, coach of Game Gladiators. First of all, are you guys happy with the draft? Think you got everything that you wanted?
Yeah, like I'm quite happy. I feel like we have some decent draft integrity, and if like we get well out of lanes and we play well, I think we should definitely have a good chance.
Okay, well, we've just seen a kind of Luna-Lina matchup in the previous game, so that is going to be interesting. I understand that you are Danish, and obviously we are in Denmark. Are you happy to have a TI here in Denmark, and do you have friends and family coming to watch?
Oh yeah, I definitely have, and yeah, I'm very happy that there's a TI in Denmark. Obviously, it's been a long dream to even like attend maybe an event here, but now I get to also like coach at an event here, so it's super cool, and I didn't expect it at all.
Okay. I also know that your team is like the birthday team because it was Duracio's birthday a couple of days ago. It's Quinn's birthday in a couple of days. What did you get Duracio, and what are you going to get Quinn for their birthdays?
Hopefully we get them some W's. Other than that, a cake.
Okay, you didn't get them a present.
No.
Okay, well that's what it takes to make a great coach. You keep them hungry, and you don't get them any presents. I just heard a noise. It sounds like a clown car pulled up, and 2 people just got out. It's Sunsfan and Syndron. Take it away, chaps.
Meet you, buddy. Thank you so much, Mr. Pyrian. You are the best in the business. Also the oldest.
In the absence of alternatives, you are doing a great job.
That's right. Very good. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for this final best of 3 of today. We got G2IG, brought to you by the legendary Jack Chen, also known as Korean Barbecue, versus Gaiman Gladiators, as we see the Bounty Rune battle occur here. 1 arrow, as in the auto attack arrow, not the spell. Don't get confused, Cinderin. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, I think it's fair to say that history would expect a Gaming Gladiators victory here. This is one of the teams that G2IG across this year, and I think since the formation of the team, has struggled with the absolute most in international tournaments. And a big part of it has been because G2IG's playstyle in the last year has been a little bit slow to build up in the early game. And guess what? Gaming Gladiators are one of the teams that we've seen in the last year that dominate the lanes and snowball the games the hardest. And that's what I would like to see today G2IG avoid, is to just get rolled over, get out of the early into the mid game on somewhat even terms so that you can actually bring a fight to Gaming Gladiators, because honestly, out of all the matchups today, this is the one where I favor one team the most. Now that said, that also means that if G2IG could somehow pull out a victory in this series, that would be huge for their momentum going forward if they could finally overcome their big Achilles heel over this entire year. Having that in round one probably isn't the most inspiring, but I guess on the other hand, pressure's off, right?
Yeah.
You're not expected to win this one.
Well, Nouns weren't expected to win the last series.
That is true.
Other than with you. You apparently did call it somehow. Just
I did not. I just said I wasn't.
You just used all your luck
on
that
man.
one call, Cinderin.
Look, I appreciate you
face
giving me credit that I didn't even earn, because I didn't call they were going to win. I said I wasn't surprised, because I thought Nouns are actually looking pretty good when they're playing well. And, you know, any given series when you're hot, and maybe the enemy team isn't playing their absolute best, the difference in skill between the teams at this tournament is small enough that any team can take a game off each other. We've seen that multiple times already.
I think that's true for the last few TIs at the very least. It's not like the old days, you know, where a team like Digital Chaos would show up, people would just dumpster all over them, underestimate them, and then they end up going second place somehow. Just crazy.
Wow,
just crazy.
It's amazing. They must have had a manager that was really good at Counter-Strike.
That guy is legit.
Insane.
Anyway, back to the game. Quinn in the mid lane playing the Sand King versus Nothing to Say's Pangolier. How does this matchup generally go?
I mean, I would say on paper probably Sand King favored, specifically because I think the heroes both will be able to find farm in the lane itself, but as we've seen in other Sand King mid situations, Sand King can pull the wave and also farm an additional side camp. So Quinn should be able to get more value out of the lane when he hits higher levels, just from that efficiency play. Pango can, in theory, do the same. He's just not as fast at it and as efficient, so Sand King should pull ahead. But, you know, as far as Pango matchups go mid, that hero has some matchups that are really bad. I don't think this is one of them. I think you're okay, and for Pango, a lot of the time, that's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, how often is Pango favored in a lane?
That's a good
Very seldom.
How often is he favored in Dota in general at this tournament is another question. I think it has one of the worst win rates with high amount of games. So, yeah, it's not great. I think it's we just saw it on screen there. Sub 30 is not looking too hot, but Nothing to Say is
pretty sure
change that narrative.
That's user error at the end of the day, Cinder. Definitely a good hero.
Yeah, Pango cannot be bad.
We've learned, they've tried to nerf it how many times, so just too small a sample size. Keep trying, guys. Speaking of small sample size, I think it's, what, 11 games or so of Luna so far, but it's super high rate. Yeah. And I believe your prediction, I'm going to put words in your mouth here, she will be a first phase ban or pick later in the tournament.
I think she will be bumped up in priority. Currently she's 9-2. Her games have been looking really convincing overall. I think this is, for me right now, in my power rankings, the best carry in the patch. And yeah, it's entirely possible that she gets bumped up. Let's see, Baboka 5 stacks of Battle Poisons.
Valerie's actually going to live. Yeah, that's surprising as well. So, good first blood. This is an old school combo disruption into LSA. I mean, they have the arrow as well if they want to transition the Mirana over. Why is the Shadow Demon, why did it get through this time?
Yeah, so G2IG banned, especially in one particular hero, I'm trying to remember, there was one that isn't a standard ban right now. They went for the Lone Druid ban, right? So that opens up for an additional hero that you maybe wouldn't usually see getting through in the SD this time. And then they snagged the Ench themselves, that is usually rated very high for Gaming Gladiators as well on Celery. So it seemed like a targeted approach against this team to really get their hands on the Ench and changing that dynamic up a little bit.
Yep, so Ace gets to play his Underlord, so he has a few heroes up his sleeve that he just dominates with, for sure.
Yep. Great Aura Carrier.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were talking on the panel the fact that Shadow Demon can purge some of these buffs, like the Crimson Guard and whatnot. But the side of Gaming Gladiators not having to worry about that at all, as Quinn making his way over into the jungle.
Probably not going to be too happy to see the double spawn of Gaben there. as I like to call the mud golems.
Double spawn of Gaben.
Actually, I guess I should call them spawn of gods, I suppose would be more fitting. If you remember that.
Nope.
You don't remember Golem Get You Gone?
No.
Really?
Is this a meme?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's
oh
why I
my
don't know
goodness.
that. You think I keep up with memes? That's actually the meme, is I don't know memes very well.
That is fair.
Mid lane, we can see the CS. Quinn is winning right now. Of course, some of that is the jungle, but nothing to say. Not too far behind regardless. I mean, in terms of levels, pretty close. And who's the first hero to transition over? The 6-minute power rune is about to come up.
Yeah, it's largely going to be dictated by that, isn't it? Unless, I mean, I suppose on paper the G2IG lineup would really like to make a move to activate their Ench, and Pango can combine with that very well for a potential tower dive. Uh-oh, top lane.
LSA.
It'll be fine, but
yeah,
the pressure on to JT here.
JT was trying to turn things around. Nothing to say. He's going to pop his Rolling Thunder. Will connect onto Celery. Hoka makes his way. Stomp. That is, well, to get the kill onto Celery.
So there is that combination of heroes, but not in the way I was imagining. This was a response rather than them taking initiative and diving the carry in the tower. Ideally, Pango would have loved to make this rotation as the siege creep is under the tower, because then Ench can flank, you bring a big creep, you dive the carry, and if your play is successful and the enemy team can't respond, you might have even taken a tower.
You sure that?
But with this Rolling Thunder used here, that's kind of the end of the play, and things are going to mellow though. Overall, I think for Gaming Gladiators, only losing an SD there is completely fine in the grand scheme of things, and as it looks, the Wisdom Runes will also be quiet this time around. Just Tofu is covering this in case of any shenanigans, but nobody...
I feel like most games we've been seeing, this is the exception, of course, that we're watching, we've been seeing entire teams show up for the first couple Wisdom Runes. Why do you think that is suddenly becoming a thing? Because we've talked about it ourselves, once, you know, the idiots that watch us and listen to us generally, that Wisdom is super important.
Very toxic.
Is dead.
This just in. Sunspam hates the audience.
I mean, you'd have to be dumb to want to listen.
All right, well, I like you guys, okay?
Big kill though for
good balance.
G2IG.
Yep, that's the one you would have loved to see them get maybe a little bit earlier, but they do get the Lina kill and try to turn it into a tower push. In response, Gaming Gladiators will go for the same. So to answer your question about the Wisdom Runes, I think it's very game specific whether the lineups kind of make sense at doing it. If you're going for a rotation to the Wisdom Rune, to make it less obvious and to make the move more economic, you want to push out your waves first. And really, depending on timing, with who has resources, who has the runes, that could be harder or easier. Some decent damage here from Quinn. He has the haste rune now, but the Sandstorm won't be able to follow him at his speed to really stick. So he can't commit for the kill, but it will be handy to have later if he looks for a fight. Gotta say, nothing to say being top of the network here is surprising to me.
Dan live tu macam ada clear je live tu.
Right now for the Pango is behind on experience against Sand King as expected, but the gold is there.
Yep, definitely off to a good start.
Looking at a fast Mage Slayer.
Burrow Strike will find Monet, level 5 right now on the Luna. Baboka gonna force Quinn back, although we have a Fiend's Gate coming in. Is he gonna cancel that?
He did.
Indeed he did. Nothing to say. Gonna spot a couple more towards the river here from Gaming Gladiator's side. As Quinn taking some creeps.
What do I have to be touch?
Attacks on Baboka. That Shadow Blue, that's a lot of damage with the Starstorm on top. That is actually enough. Celery gets credit for that one. LSA does clip JT, but no kill to come. And of course,
this is
the stack
big
on
moment.
these Ancients.
Yeah, Gaming Gladiators, this is a very planned out move. They know the stacks are there, they really want to contest them and use the Sand King Underlord power right now, but with Underlord not connecting, he actually can't make it back here now. RP,
Skewer back into the tier 1, Duraccio. LSA is going to hit, but there comes nothing to say on the Pangolier, and that'll bring the Lina to her knees. And it looks like Tofu will possibly next, has the last leap usage. Snowball does connect, so that's 2 kills going the way of G2IG in defense of their triangle.
Yeah, and they didn't even lose many Ancients. These Ancients actually just softened up now, so they can just go and farm these even easier than they were planning.
Thanks, Gaiman. So, we appreciate that.
Yeah, a little bit of a helping hand in a way, and honestly, if Ace had connected on that Fiend's Gate, I think this might have been amazing for Gaiman, but they kind of got cold feet a little bit and then couldn't make it back there. So good news for G2IG. I was saying at the beginning of this game, this is a lot of the time, G2IG at this point against Gaming this year have been behind 2 to 3k gold.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean,
already a good start.
Against any opponent, generally, they will come out ahead on lane, and that's the reason they can snowball so hard.
Yeah.
They do play very fast.
And I was looking at Gaimin's game time in their wins and losses of this tournament so far. They have a couple of sub 30 wins, and most of their losses are like in the 40s plus. But it is the majority of their games that they win are still really fast, and this one is not shaping up to be a 30-minute win. So I think that's already good news for a lineup playing Magnus and Luna.
Yeah, we were talking.
Pace will be a bit slow.
We were talking to a legendary figure in the Dota community, Jack Chen, aka Korean Barbecue, and he was talking to us about how he just told his team, "You guys need to go past 30 minutes; it'll be fine." So they're taking his advice. I don't know why they weren't doing it.
Ice is nice.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Now I move.
It was in the bag the moment I walked on the battlefield.
You were doing very well. I'm
battle.
very proud of you.
Let's go. You will make a nut. Agreed. Yes. On. I'll not argue. To battle. I thought as much. Forward. I move. Let's go.
I take what I please.
Faster.
Bottom is missing.
I move.
Aku lope.
Let's go. Yes. Forward.
Fall at my feet, peasant.
I thought as much.
Hey, Ryla. You think you could introduce me to Lena?
Swiftly. Indeed. Agreed.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Here I come. Nothing moves now. Into the breach. I'll beat that. I'll not argue.
You're not getting what you came for.
Jangan tapi.
To battle. Agreed.
Dire's courier has been killed.
My eyes bites deep.
Bentar deh.
On.
Go go go. Slow kan?
In
Slow kan?
here, or is it just here I come?
What's the opposite of regicide?
You'll make a nice snowy.
Pe, aku drop item pe. Dah, lagi item.
Let's go.
Bottom is missing.
My temperature. I can't see your breath anymore. I'll not argue. Into the breach.
Observer pe, jangan lupa pe.
Forward. I thought as much.
Bottom is missing.
Swiftly. I thought as much. Die. Into the breach.
Fall at my feet, peasant.
The ice wolves bite.
Bottom is missing.
Forward.
Bottom is missing.
Faster.
Boleh go lagi atau lagi? Bukan kompo. Oke oke. Hold.
I'll not argue. Let's go.
Remember my name.
Now, nobody wins. Swiftly.
Wah, okay.
I didn't see that coming.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Here I come. Drop it. Down you go.
The ice wolves bite.
Bottom is missing.
Let's get
Forward.
Indeed.
Hide.
Kau go center kah?
Yes.